Shane. Oh God.
Hey, everybody! This is Uncle Matt's D&D neighborhood, or Uncle Matt's RPG neighborhood. We are about to start the Swords of Jordoba game. Just to remind everybody, please subscribe to the channel and join the Patreon. And Skeeter's holding up the information about the Patreon right there. And there's my MeWe address too. Awesome. And so there's that information. And with that, we move on directly to the game, quickly introducing all of our people. We have all of Fedorova. Liz Stewart.
Hello.
Jim Hazeltine, who I've known since we were 5.
Howdy.
Jim Wampler, who I've not known since we were 5. Shane Noble. And Skeeter Green.
Who acts like he's 5.
There we go. I had somebody tell me on one of my interviews that I need to stop spinning my chair because it looks juvenile, and I had to answer back, I am juvenile. So
Hello.
look at what kind of
we're not
video you're
grown-ups.
watching.
Really?
Yeah. All right. So you guys are in the village provisionally named Tannerab.
Dibbleville.
It's going to be. I am not going to go into the spelling morass of Thibodeauville. You get
Thibodeau.
So they will agree to call it Tiberab because they know sort of how to spell that.
Wow, these people just gave up the identity of their city because we've been here for like 4 days.
Well, yeah, but you saved the city, and so the all of those folks that were out hiding come back. So there are 12. There are 12 men, 12 women, 5 kids, 6 cows, 2 camels, and a donkey.
And
We're calling this a city, are we?
What?
Are we calling this a city?
If
You're saying we named the city after Tibby. I'm just saying they've got a very broad definition for city.
Well, you have to understand that it's a matter of perspective. Thibodeau is very small. And so when he looks at this place, it might as well be a city.
All right.
So are there 2 camels in addition to my camel?
And that is in addition to your camel.
Okay.
There are technically 3 camels.
I don't want to mix up the camels.
God, you are some kind of camel counter, man.
Hey,
It's
I
better
might
than
buy
ribbon
those
counting.
camels too.
Just so nobody else will have them, huh?
Yep, I'm the only man with the camel.
All right, so camel monopoly.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what my other camera looks like here. Okay, so here we're looking through the gates of the city of Tiberab, which the inhabitants are now. The thing is that all of the guards were looking toward the gate at the time the lightning bolt went off, so their perception of things was pretty similar to the Beastmen. That Thibodeau pointed his finger, said, "You're all in the frying pan," and at that moment the whole sky lit up. So. So they have begun to call him Baron Thibodeau.
Ooh, crap! I got a title.
And they're busily all 12 men, 12 women, 5 kids, 6 cows, 2 camels, and 1 donkey are pledging fealty to him.
Ooh.
I feel like I should pitch in and help with the legend, so I'll just mention, yeah, he taught me everything I know.
There you
Hobbit
go. I'm
mage
down with
right
that.
there.
We'll call him Baron Thibodeau as well.
He's my best friend and business partner.
How would you like us to align the defenses for the next assault, my lord?
Exactly. Carry on.
Well, you got a couple of possibilities now. One of them is, of course, that Tiberab is on the wrong side of the mountains and on the wrong side of the Joaris Pass. It's smack dab in the not quite the middle of the wildlands, but it is in the wildlands, and so there are various possibilities here in terms of cementing Thibodeau's control of his new fiefdom, and that is, first of all, that the road most of the time that leads back to civilization is pretty much impassable due to roving beastmen, critters that are no longer being kept off, like ankhegs and wolves and things like that. And then there's also the possibility that, of course, the undead minotaur is going to come by with a larger force of beastmen. So you have lots and lots of options in terms of things to do.
Where did an
Didn't-
undead minotaur come from? I
Yeah,
don't
didn't
remember
we
seeing
kill
one of
the
those.
Minotaur?
Killed the Cyclops.
You killed the
Cyclops.
cyclops.
Oh,
This was just a scouting party of the undead Minotaur's massive, huge army.
Yes, exactly.
This is like the outlying B team that they're like, here, go find Tibby Town and, bring us the sheep.
Well,
See, yeah.
maybe Skeeter has a point. If we can find 6 mounts total in this place, maybe we need to ride out and do a mop up, catch those stragglers that went running.
Well, you have one giant centipede, one camel, 2 more camels that you could mainly get, and that is pretty much going to leave Tovak riding a cow.
Wait a minute,
Donkey.
I heard mule.
there's a donkey. Yeah.
It's a donkey, yeah.
I'll take it.
All right,
Cow.
so
Take the cow.
Tovak's
After,
willing to
after
ride
my
a cow.
last bout of indigestion, I don't want anything to do with cows or cheese.
You know what I mean? Instead of waiting for them to come to us, let's go hunting.
I
Yeah.
really don't want to know what it was that gave Tovak indigestion after all the crud we've been eating. Like,
The
what was
magic
it?
cheese
That
sandwich.
Perfectly normal
cheese
cheese.
sandwich.
Can't
That's
even
it.
handle normal food anymore.
Oh, I'm so used to eating ogre that a cheese sandwich really
Hey,
took me
Tovak
It
is
wasn't curdled
lactose
in blood.
intolerant.
Oh, no.
The world's
What a
only
tragedy.
lactose intolerant dwarf. All right, so do you want to do some scouting to find out how far away some of the main force of the beastmen would be, or do you want to try and get back to civilization, get stuff, and then race back in order to have stuff to
Don't
hold
we
them
have
off?
a birdie friend we can send out?
Yes, you have Heckle.
Hackle, who loves us because we promised him, a body, a field full of bodies, and delivered.
Yeah, no, he's still torpid outside the walls. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess he's probably not flying anywhere then.
Well, no, I mean he could, but you'd probably have to bring him in away from all of the rotting carcasses that surround Tibarab.
That gets my vote. That we
Yeah, I mean we
That
can
put
ask
Heckle
him
on
to do it.
I mean,
on a
we could
crash
kill a
diet
couple.
and send him out.
We could kill a couple of birds with one stone. There's a road that we walked
May
on
not
to get
want to
here,
use
right?
that phrase.
Right.
Especially
Hey,
not
Hackle.
with our friend.
Not be talking about eating ogres either, since you've got a couple of them with you.
That's true.
Oh, you got to put the fear of allegiance in them. If you fail us, we eat you.
This is our first actual encounter with having to use diplomacy. We can't talk to the things that we normally eat.
Is that a kind of sauce?
Yes, it is. Diplomacy sauce.
You shouldn't eat sentient beings.
Oh, well, they're not sentient by the time we're done with them.
Right? At the time we eat them,
Exactly.
they're not actually sentient.
Alrighty then.
All right. Sorry, Jim. You were about to propose a plan that didn't involve eating somebody or pissing somebody off, I think.
I'm just throwing stuff out there, but I'm thinking if we rode on the road we came here on, we could kind of patrol the road so that these people could get supplies back and forth from civilization and hunt for the guys that are coming and scout all at the same time.
Right.
I
My
don't want to
sis-
leave this place undefended.
Yeah,
Well,
my
Sounded,
we
it
could-
sounded
that-
super boring, but I bet it won't be.
They got
We have 3 camels. 3 of us can go out and some of us can guard the town.
split the party. Good idea.
Woohoo!
I mean,
All
we've
right.
got money. We can set these guys up to, put them on task. Rebuild your wall, the big hole in the wall, rebuild the barricades.
What's the big skull in between the two?
That would be Heckle comes back and he says that the skull is where the undead Minotaur's army is camped.
Oh shit, we're going there. Fuck this other plan. Get on anything that moves and we're going north.
Heckle, between, a whole heck of a lot and really a shit ton, how many bad guys are out there?
A shit ton. More than 10.
Was it more than came at this town?
Hard to say. I can only count to 10.
Okay. All right.
It's pretty
That's
impressive, actually.
7 more than a bunny. That's good.
Okay, so when we have some downtime, Jim, you have to help me figure out how to make Heckle my familiar.
Go out and earn XPs until I get that spell, and then I can fix it for you.
It's not a spell. That's what we have to figure out.
Well, main thing is you have to be able to talk to him.
Right.
So
Oh, well, are you saying find familiars not in Swords and Wizardry? Because then that means we just get to invent it.
Right.
yeah, you just get to invent it. So I mean, it would be like researching a spell.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, if you
Okay.
gotta talk to him, you can borrow my my sword, but I kind of like it, and I need it for cutting things.
Yeah, no, I could just talk to him until we can figure it out. And then once I'm bonded to him, we just talk with our minds. Brain speaking. But
Could say
all of
something
the
about bird brains at this point, but I think I won't.
please don't.
Hey, I bet their combined intelligence gets to 18.
All right, so here is the map that Heckle scratches in the ground when Artemisia explains what you guys want. And so he says, yeah, that's a wooden wall, and then there's a building in the middle, and then lots and lots of tents.
Nope, they got their own fort.
Yeah, let's go fuck up their fort now.
No. Come on. Did you ever see a movie?
Yes.
we go harass them, catch their patrols, and harass them and draw them out of that place. We're not,
Exactly.
6 of us are not taking that place.
Well, remember,
Well, no,
we,
with
do
that
have,
attitude.
we do have 3 camels, a donkey, and 2 ogres. So, that evens
We
the
don't
It's more
have to beat the army. We have to beat the Minotaur.
Which
I-
one do you think is easier?
If we set enough of their wall on fire, we would smoke them out eventually.
Now she's thinking like one of us.
She's thinking like the 5th level party. Let's just walk up to the gate and knock.
No, we,
5th edition party.
5th edition. Right. Let's just go say hi. Zoink, 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 zoink.
no, I like the idea of setting the place on fire because that's gonna smoke them real good, so we don't have to do all the hard work later.
Yep, bring them out.
Too
No,
late to
it's
split the party and have one of us patrol the road. Like that. Give me a camel.
yeah. Which one did you have in mind? I think I know.
I think Lethe is up for patrol duty rather than assault on army of undead awfulness.
Oh, wait, weren't you like the metal cleric?
Yeah,
Patrolling isn't very metal.
it's true.
You
It's
better
not.
metal up
Neither
there,
is, neither is
Buttercup.
suicide.
He just went to lead.
All right. Well, suicide's a little metal, but not really like like this.
We don't have to assault the fort. We do need to look at it, though. We need to check it out and see what's going on. If we can draw off their forces and weaken them and then take a nice shot at the Minotaur, then that's what we should do.
Hey, Liz, does Heckle know enough about kind of bad guy biology to know, like, do they have horses? Or cavalry? Are they all the same thing? I mean,
Well, I could probably ask them if they have any forelegs among them.
and Heckle must have eaten a dead horse at some
Oh,
point.
sure.
All right, so you're going to cast your spell and talk to Heckle. First of all, somebody has to go carry him into the
I'll go get
into
him.
the
From
fort. So,
the all-you-can-eat buffet.
yeah, so you carry him in, and
I'll have him under one arm and like something's leg in the other hand
Yeah.
and just drag him in here.
Okay, so yeah, so his head, his whole neck and his head are drooping down, and his
Yeah.
mouth is open. And so you sort of lie him down in the middle of the courtyard there, and he keeps sort of making chewing motions with his beak. But one eye does open and look over at Artemisia.
Are you okay? You look like you may have overeaten a little.
Maybe just a little.
We thought he smelled great when he wasn't bloated.
Yeah, but don't give me any Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah, no. I
When
think
you
that's
were
only
looking at
pigeons.
camp, did you notice whether or not they had any four-leggers among them?
Yes, they did. They had 2 of them.
Only 2.
Hmm.
Oh, that's good to know. They don't have a full cavalry.
That's
Oh,
not good to know.
Unless it's 2 or elephants.
Yeah, 2 4-leggeds could be a number of things.
Are their four-leggers larger than the four-legger that Rikestric over there has?
Yes, they're bigger than that, and they've got 3 noses.
3 noses.
Mhm.
That's very
That's-
unusual.
Ask if they
beaks.
have wings. It might be Gydra.
2 beaks, 1 nose, really.
Hmm. He may be describing elephants with the tusks.
It's Chimera.
Yeah. That's all kinds of bad news.
Can their four-leggers fly or only walk?
I think only walk. They don't have wings.
Hmm.
They're just really, really shaggy.
Ah,
Hmm.
mastodons?
Mammoths, yeah.
3-headed owl bear. Because why not?
What about their tails? Do they have any like particularly scary tails?
No. They're little itty bitty tails.
Okay. Whew.
All right.
Makes perfect sense to me. I think I drank with that guy in college.
Yeah.
2 beaks and a
Yeah.
nose.
Well, if all they've got is mastodon cavalry, then yeah, the whole kind of ride out and harass them on our camels and centipedes and mules begins to make more sense.
And cow.
And cow.
That's really like the daily short straw draw is the cow cavalry.
Who's
Well,
ra-
just
who's
fly
riding the
over.
cow?
Like,
Cavalry.
Send out the cavalry.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, that's the worst.
oh no.
Well, let's go investigate and see if there's anything even happening around there.
or we could stay out of sight where they do send out little patrols, take them on one at a time. Stay out of sight.
I know you always want to stay out of sight.
Damn right.
No, he's right. That's how you first thing you do when you scout is stay low and creep up.
Right.
If you're not a hobgoblin.
Right. The way hobgoblins scout is by starting with the grenades and then see who reacts.
I didn't end up having to use it.
There's
Still
still
around.
time. We can we'll plant them all along the walls with some oil, and that's a big distraction.
I only have
Explosive
one.
diversion.
Yeah,
Well, we got
the
lots of
mounts aren't
oil.
the mounts aren't to get there. The mounts are to run if we have to.
Right.
I got
Right.
Rocky. I think he's faster.
I am kind of liking the idea of like we ride up within range, blow the heck out of the place, and ride away and see what happens.
How
Like
about
children poking an anthill.
That's right. It's exactly right. Poking it with, fireballs and high explosives.
we
So,
get up close?
I
Walk,
just heard.
Whenever they
Be
snap a
sure
call,
you have
back to
invisibility
patrols.
memorized.
make sure they don't get back. You got flying?
Who me?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Well, maybe. Yeah, I've got the spell, but I'm not carrying it right now.
Big say you can cast fly, run over there, blow the shit at them. Come on back.
What? So we've had this discussion. Me and my armor class aren't flying in front of anybody.
Don't fly in front, fly over.
Again. Flying's not for presenting yourself as a target. It's for getting out of dodge.
Oh, it'll work. It's beautiful.
Well,
Hey, Jim, just a question. Can you cast fly on other people?
the spell, yes, which I don't have memorized. And
So, we could conceivably send out a scout who isn't you flying to drop, explosives on them.
if
since
you could
it's-
somehow convince me how that's a good idea, yeah, we could.
Well, you're not the one I'm trying to convince. Tibby is the one who seems to think it's a great idea. I was just wondering if you wanted to volunteer for this.
You think my armor class is that good?
Probably better than his.
Mr. Plate Mail guy over there.
Chainmail, but I get your point.
hmm
Well, let's
Yeah,
get
our Castric, who's
closer.
got armor and the fly spell, is suspiciously quiet during this point.
I don't have the fly spell, but I have the invisibility spell, which I would cast both of them and go drop bombs on people. But we
So-
need to go. We need to start going towards the other stockade.
You can have, yeah, okay. So you guys head out, and so you've got 3 camels and a donkey.
Oh, Matt, before we set out, I have 2 spells to cast that night before.
Okay. And so that's going to leave, if we just go in the line, that's going to leave Tovak and Artemisia riding cows, unless you reallocate how you're going to go. Oh, no, because Tibby's riding the centipede. So it's only Tovak that would end up on a cow.
Wait, I heard that there was a donkey at one point. I would prefer
Yeah,
the
there's a donkey.
Yeah, definitely taking the donkey.
Okay, so if Tovak has the donkey, that leaves 3 camels and the cows.
A centipede.
Donkey,
So
centipede.
Tibby's on the centipede. Tovak's on the donkey.
The point is, somebody's getting the cow.
This is the point.
I shall ride Apocalypse Cow.
Apocalypse cow.
All right, it's
Yes.
got a name.
Tick reference. Yes.
I love the smell of dairy in the morning.
All right, so you guys are going to go into it and see what Kurtz is up to over there. All right,
Apocalypse Now reference.
you set Apocalypse Cow. Right?
Apocalypse cow.
All right, so the 6 of you set out in a ragtag caravan of 1 cow, 2 camels, 1.
So is this the
donkey,
same
and a
day as
giant
the attack?
centipede. No, this would be like the next day.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
Artemisia had to cast the Speak with Animals spell. Heckle had to go fly out and do the reconnaissance. So yeah, it's definitely the next.
I needed overnight to stick a couple of charges in the wand, and I made both rolls.
Okay.
Okay. So, Jim, do you want me to have the fly and the invisibility in case we're going to do this?
You've had an open offer on my spellbook. You can copy anything out of it you want.
Well, no, but I mean, I'm just thinking for memorizing spells. Should I have fly and invisibility? I mean, does that sound like what we're going to do if it presents itself?
It sounds like what you're doing.
Okay.
All right. So y'all are having the discussion now. You can go northward. Once again, I will hold up my extremely awesome map that was not drawn a minute ago, and so here we are. And so you can go north of the river and cross near their camp, or you can go south of the river and already be on that side of the river. Either way, there's a small forest in the way.
I think we go south around. Well, no.
Bridge or anything?
We should have some buffer.
On the other hand, it looks like the river is slightly narrower if we cross to the south.
It is. There's a ford at Tiberab. You don't actually know what would be up there because I mean you're looking at Heckle's scratchings
Scratches, yeah.
there.
I'm pretty sure my cow would not be very good at fording a river on its
I
own.
don't know about my donkey, but I definitely can't swim.
Come on, it's
Well-
not OD&D till somebody tries to swim in chainmail.
Well, that actually works better for us because if there's a river in between us and the city, and I got to fly over there and drop a bomb, that means they can't immediately chase me back to you guys.
There you go.
Nor could we rush to your defense if you went down.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, if I go down doing this, I kind of deserve it.
At least that's brutally honest.
I mean, I would say that to anybody else.
I don't know. That's like a DM's gift to your players. Say that, like, oh, you're going to deserve it, are you? Well,
Oh, don't worry. I plan on kicking out all the stops no matter what you guys do.
Right.
Those of us who watched
wait a minute,
last night's
there are-
game know how Matt's dice rolling is going right now. He's either going to roll a 1 against you or a 20.
I
But
know.
in
That was
between.
weird.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering where there are stops. Have there been stops?
Good point. Yeah.
Just,
Let's go north on the left side of the river around the forest. So there's plenty of stuff between us and them.
All right, I'm going to be an asshole. Instead of crossing right here at this handy ford and coming up on from the south side and not having a river between us and them, that we have to cross too at some point if we want to attack them.
Frank does.
Um,
Don't
Isn't
attack
that-
a defended position.
I'll hold up the map again.
How close is the fort to the river?
Very, very close. That's their source of water. So it's like 100 feet, maybe.
This might sound like a crazy idea, but can we flood their fort with some clever engineering and some? If they're using it for water,
That would require us to have a clever dwarf.
okay, that's true. That is above.
No, you're allowed to think up ideas even when you have a character that's not super intelligent. So you don't actually know that until you see it, because that's not a detail that Heckle would be able to pick up.
How long does it take him to fly there and back?
About a half hour.
are we upstream or downstream?
You are upstream. So it takes him. It's a full hour for the back and forth journey.
So let's rock. Let's go to the north.
All right.
All right, so you head north and you're skirting around that forest. And
Let's keep on the lookout so we won't get jumped.
Yeah, we're definitely in some kind of scouting mode.
all right,
So not raising a bunch of dust.
okay. So you move around the forest, and then there are plains up there which allow you to circle around the north of the forest. All right. As you are going, you are going to run into a small group of Beastman scouts, and I am just looking for the ground that I would use. There it is. So now we're going to move the monastery.
Let's get them.
I'm going to put the camera down, moving the camera, unless you're looking at me. You're looking at me, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch the camera. All right, so here is some open ground here. And there is a rock there and another rock formation here. And I don't know what I did with my trees, so there are no trees except for the forest. And I found my trees. And so where you guys are is just inside the forest line. So here's going to be our forest line. Okay. And so now we can see some trees there. Trees. All right. You have got, at the moment anyway, Thibodeau, and he is over by one of the trees, and he's the one who waves his hand. Have you got the ogres with you, by the way?
They are part of the group.
Can we leave them? They are not stealth.
Neither
Or
we.
Neither is your
does
camel.
the
or
town
the cow,
freak out?
or-
I think the better question is, can they keep up with a camel
with the cow.
or a cow
Yeah, y'all are moving at cow speed.
so they can keep up?
Which is good.
Do you think we're really all that sneaky there, Skeeter?
You're
Wow.
sneaky enough to be the guys who are in the forest as opposed to walking in single file line out in the open. So they clearly do not expect any sort of opposition. So, Thibodeau sneaks a little closer to the trees.
Okay,
Is that our shaman goat guy figure?
These just look like normal beast men that you have seen. It does not look to you like there is a shaman in the group.
Okay.
I am going to very quietly start casting a spell.
All right.
Cover my mouth.
Okay.
And I will be
Hide in
attempting to put them to sleep.
All right. And Thibodeau, you are hiding in shadows. What's your percent?
45.
Okay. Your spell is going to go off, Skeeter, and it is going to affect 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the guy who's up at the front just continues walking because he hasn't.
What if we can sneak around and backstab?
There's only one of them. Go fucking jump him.
I'm going to run in behind him and get in step, like we're marching along.
Okay, so you head forward to catch up with him. You trip over a tree root, hit the ground, and go, ugh. And so the beast
Mark and play dead.
Beast man turns around and sees a dead halfling by the tree. If you're playing dead, and so then what he does is he looks up into the tree
to see if there's other halflings up there.
Shoot this fucking guy.
To see, like, what? Oh my gosh, there's a halfling tree.
And they're ripe.
Like kings tonight.
So now he's not looking at you guys. So in initiative order, spells and missiles. We begin with all right, Thibodeau, you're busy playing dead at the bottom of the halfling tree.
I'm gonna shoot him.
All right. I think 15 is next. Somebody's
Yep.
a 15. Artemisia, I think isn't that you, Liz?
It's Lethy, and
Yeah.
Lethy's not shooting anything.
Okay. So you're not shooting anything. Now we move to the 14s. Orchestric?
That is going to be a 30 armor class 4.
Hit.
Oh, all right. For 2.
Okay.
Shot him in his pinky finger.
All right. So he yells, "Ow!" and is definitely looking up in the trees now that he's got an arrow in him. So he's starting to back away from the trees. Spells and missiles. My 14s. Tovak, anything?
I'm gonna throw a hand axe at him.
Okay.
Or try to anyway. That's gonna be AC 2. So
Okay.
that's
Hit.
5 damage.
All right. So he drops to the ground with a hand axe buried in his forehead.
Go finish the
Nice.
rest before they get back up.
Yep.
Yeah. Time to coup de grace some throats.
Do we want to keep one for intelligence gathering?
As it were.
Asking questions?
What?
Maybe
What?
casting charm person on one?
Rekestric, I don't know what you're talking about. Intelligence doesn't grow on trees.
Halflings do.
As you're proving right now, Tovak, I pat you on the head. You're so adorable.
Yeah, if we catch a shaman or a demi-human that knows something, but I'm slitting this guy's throat.
Well, the one guy's dead, and then you've got
We've got 4 sleeping ones
four
and,
that
and
are
one dead
asleep.
dude.
Okay, well, you only need one to talk to, so I slit one of the other one's throat.
Okay, he's dead. 3 left.
He's
Oh,
cutting. I'm
stab,
searching.
stab.
2 left.
I just want to search them.
And we'll kill the last guy.
There's still 1 left.
Right. We're keeping him.
Okay.
Time up.
You get 40 gold
400.
pieces.
Oh, okay, that's close.
Okay. You also get a map,
Ooh.
and
Ooh.
the map is it's very similar to the one that you have,
That bird's pretty
but
smart.
it shows what their patrol route is supposed to be.
Oh.
And their patrol route
Ding.
goes south of the river and over to the ford near Tiberab. So basically the oops, hang on. Let me switch my camera.
And so these guys were on the wrong side?
They were on the wrong side of the river. That's correct.
That's what you get.
All right. So yes, their map was supposed to have them going this way. You encountered them up here. They are at least skirting the edge of a forest. They found a forest.
He found the fort. They're halfway there.
Yep. Okay. What do you do?
Should we wake him up? Should we talk to him or just kill him?
First of many, whatever.
I feel like everyone that's dead is not going to come out of that fort later, so we should kill them and then go back to the fort and come up on the south and take them a patrol at a time.
Yeah, and if he does answer our questions, are we prepared to let him go?
No,
In
absolutely not.
in which case, what incentive does he have to be helpful? He's probably not going
Because he's asleep when you just asked me if we're going to let him go. I
He will supply the
look
needs
like a
of the group,
bugbear.
called lunch.
We're cousins. All right,
Hurry up
kill
before
him.
somebody else comes.
Nope, kill him. We're out.
Okay.
Keep moving.
I will subtract 1 more from the roster. All right.
Continue skirting the woods so we can
Okay.
see the TB2.
All right. So you continue skirting the woods, and now you're able to see the river. And across from the river, there's a wooden stockade. Again, very much like the one around Tiberab. And you can see the stockade. You do not see. You also see a number of vultures sitting on the wall.
There's Jekyll.
Yep, they can talk to him too.
Any movement outside?
No. You've only been there for like a minute, so.
How far away is the stockade from us?
From where you are right now, it's like half a mile.
Oh, okay.
Does the river look fordable?
The river does look fordable, although your guess is that there might be some random factor involved in getting across.
How swift is the current?
Not particularly swift. This is running down from a lake, small lake, so it hasn't really picked up speed.
Sneak up a little closer, y'all.
All right,
What-
Pseudo sneaks up a little closer. So you
From within the tree line. We're inside the tree line.
you're just inside the tree line, and that's where you're about a half mile away.
And how large is this fort, Matt? Can we guesstimate what kind of numbers we're talking about?
You figure
Inside.
it could probably hold about 400 people. So it's not a massive army camp, but it's big.
It's big enough.
Yeah.
Big for about 6 or 7.
Well, I'm just wondering, is this even their main army? Or is this just another, kind of reconnaissance and force outpost thing?
Okay, so while you're wondering that, up on one of the towers, you see what looks like a skeletal minotaur.
Okay, question answered.
Up on the tower, though?
Yeah, up on the tower.
Oh, motherfucker.
Right. You wanted to fly and bomb something? There's your chance. I'm going to stay inside the tree line.
He's considering it. Look at him.
Long growth bomb.
I know we're half a mile away.
I'm putting the camera right on you, Skeeter, so that everybody can see the decision-making process.
What about the other towers? Anything else in the other towers?
Bad
Yeah,
Mike
do we
is
see anything else?
Bad Mike is encouraging you from the chat room. Do you see anything else? Well, as you guys sit there and an hour passes while Rekestric is thinking, you do see 2 mammoths being led out from the gate so that they can munch on the grass outside the fort.
I'm going.
Bomb one, fireball the other ones.
I cast fly and invisibility,
Okay.
and I go.
All right. You get airborne and nothing seems to spot you. You are near the stockade. You see the undead minotaur on the tower.
Okay.
You see the mammoths.
How many people are in the stockade?
Your basic estimate is
Lots.
about 400 minus 5.
Okay. Are
As a rough and unspecific estimate.
the vultures still on the wall?
Yes.
Okay. I want to go around so I'm not close to them. How
Okay.
close is the skeleton to them?
Not particularly close. Call it 100 feet.
All right. Is the skeleton doing anything?
He's just looking around.
He's watching you.
He calls down a couple of orders to somebody on the to some beastmen on the inside, and they go and pick up shovels and go out behind the mammoths.
I'll start coming in a little bit closer to the stockade.
Okay. Nothing appears to detect you.
How
Check.
close am I?
Do you have
Yep.
that bomb, Skeeter?
Of course I do.
Just
How close do you want to be?
Well, I want to fly casual.
Nothing going on here.
Yeah, no, I mean, as far as you can tell, you're still flying the friendly skies. So,
Don't you mean fly casual?
You cast invisibility on yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
and you're not
There's-
making any noise.
There are no flying beings besides the vultures.
Nope.
All right. I'm going to bomb him.
Who? The
The skeleton.
Minotaur? Okay.
Yes.
So you come in like a Stuka dive bomber.
And if I have to, I am not going to aim necessarily at him. I'm going to aim at the wall that is a big thing, so that I am sure this explodes.
Oh, okay, because I was about to say that's not going to help you on the invisibility thing. All right, so
Oh,
All right.
no, I don't care about that.
all right, so you're aiming at the tower below him. Is that
Well, you're invisible.
What
Go
I'm
up there and
what I'm
light it.
trying to do is I want to make sure that there is an impact and an explosion that engulfs him as much as possible. I don't want to just aim at him
right?
and like miss.
Okay,
I would rather hit the ground or hit the platform he's standing on
gotcha.
than miss
All
the
right.
whole thing.
It's armor class 10. Roll to hit.
1.
20.
All right. So you come in.
Does he
and,
catch
uh,
it?
Throwing-
Yeah, does he grab it? Oh shit!
So yeah, it hits the platform right between his legs.
Ooh, that's
and
uncomfortable.
and then it explodes. And so hang on. All right. So now I need to do a little bit of math here.
And
find
I'm not
out
even looking behind me, man. I am streaking off into the distance.
Are you not invisible anymore?
I am not invisible anymore.
So lead them right back to us.
I'm not going directly to you guys.
I'm only
Okay,
teasing.
Let's see. 10, 22. Okay. Now roll 5d8 damage.
Oh boy. All right.
That's a big bomb.
Dr. Omnibus makes, or is this the goblin one? This is the goblin.
This is a goblin one.
Oh, okay, that's only 3d8. Sorry.
Okay. Well, that's easier.
I know Omnibus made them.
13.
So the tower collapses, and you see, I mean, you don't see, but everyone else sees the Minotaur fall down into the hole of the staff. First he goes airborne for a second. Then he comes down through the hole underneath the tower. And meanwhile, Skeeter is heading out and banking hard. Where is it you're heading to?
So I would go north and
Okay.
start circling around, I guess, east and come back towards the fort.
Okay. So you're doing that, and the vultures, 10 of them, all go airborne and separate out very far from each other and begin leisurely flapping behind you. What's the duration on a fly spell?
4 turns plus 1d6 turns.
Okay, so 40 minutes plus.
Some amount of time.
All right. Plus, I guess, as much as an additional hour.
Yeah.
All right. As we know, it's half hour from the fort to Tiberab.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to do it that far.
Okay. So you are now over the plains.
Yeah, and I'm going to start coming back towards the little fort that I just dropped the bomb on.
Oh, you're going to double back to the.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
circling.
I thought you were headed for Tiberab.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm going. So I would go north of the skull, hang a right, and start coming back towards it. I just
Okay.
don't. Maybe 200 yards out, and then around to circle back.
Okay. All right. So you're circling back towards it.
Yeah.
Are you going to arrive all the way there, or are you doing something before you get?
I want to see what's going on in. Is there activity?
Yeah, there's a ton of activity going on. The Minotaur is standing in the middle of the thing, ushering beastmen out, and so they're starting to come out like an ant hive. And you see several of them climbing onto each of the mammoths, which are headed toward the deep ford.
Deep 4. Let's go. We got to head back south, y'all.
Yeah, it's time to beat feet.
I am going to start. I'll fly over the fort
Okay.
and start slowly making my way north. Leisurely,
Okay.
even.
All right. The
Fly on its back.
vultures are following you.
How close do they get?
300 feet. I mean, they're being very cautious and staying spread out.
I'll slow down.
They slow down.
I can hover.
Okay, they can't, but what they begin doing is circling around you without closing the distance.
Okay.
Get them.
So one of the mammoths breaks off and heads north, and the other mammoth, each of these is accompanied by like 100 beastmen. So one of them's going north following Skeeter, and the other contingent is heading toward the ford, and that is leaving a couple hundred of them still in the fort where they look alert.
with the Minotaur.
The Minotaur
said
is remaining in the fort, yes.
Yeah, mentors.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should see if we can. We should see if we can bring the hammer to the one that's headed towards us. I mean, that's a quarter of their force right there.
It is indeed.
I mean, this is the.
Well, you
This
better
is what
get
we
them
wanna
while
do.
they're crossing the river.
Well, I think we want them to cross the river. We want them to be separated from the fort and the other half of their.
Are they in the river now?
They're getting close to it, but no, they're not in the river now.
We need to
Okay.
watch them before they get across it.
No, we want them to cross it because that way they can't get back. And the
And-
other
No, they
three quarters
attack
of the
us
other.
with force.
In fact, it would be great if we lured them around the forest so that from the fort it couldn't be seen that we were ever here.
Yeah, I don't
Even
know.
better.
So the other 200 guys don't start fording the river.
Once they cross it, they're cut off.
Yeah, but if they see us, the other 200 can still ford the river. If they ride off around the forest chasing us without the fort seeing us, then nobody resupplies them.
They get across the river, they attack us at 100 people.
Yeah, that's better than 400. Is my math.
No, 400 is all separated right now. Get them while they're crossing the river. They can't attack us yet.
Well, right at this point, I mean, the fort is in sight of the river, so the 200 that are in the fort are going to continue to have line of sight, and they would continue to have line of sight all the way up to the point where the mammoths would reach you guys. Although, I mean, they don't know you're there, but you've got line of sight on the fort, so they're going to continue to have line of sight on the mammoths. So you would still be fighting the mammoth. If you remain where you are, you would be fighting the mammoths within view of the 200 that are in the fort.
Yeah, I agree with Jim. Let's
I
try
think-
and get them outside of the. Let's get them on the other side of the woods where they're out of line of sight of the fort.
Yeah, because 100 of them, that's still a bad battle. I mean, it could be argued we fall all the way back to our fort.
Well, you've got Tovac now.
Point me in their direction.
So, like, I know that map wasn't any kind of scale, but let's just get them around the forest corner
I agree.
and ambush them from the tree line.
Yep.
They can't
Okay.
ride those mammoths in the forest, I bet.
Artemisia?
The planner.
Artemisia is not good with troop movements and things like that.
Unfortunately, Artemisia has become the leader of the party via swing votes.
What?
You're like the swing voter every
And
time.
the most reasonable among us, really.
Well, since I'm all off by myself, when I see them starting to get into the river and
Uh-huh.
getting across to the other side,
Mhm.
I'm flying back to them.
Okay, that begins bringing your mammoth and 100 beast men in that direction again.
So there's
They can track you unless you can go invisible again. They've got the vultures tracking you.
They've got
No, I
there
know.
are three groups, Skeeter. There's a mammoth and 100 beast man contingent following you. There's a mammoth and 100 beast man contingent heading toward the woods where the rest of the party is, and there are 200 who are in the fort.
I thought that other contingent with the mammoth was going back to Tibby Town.
No one's headed toward Tibbytown. Right
Okay, yeah, I'll just keep my guys. I'll make sure they're going
Interested.
away.
Yeah. You've
Okay.
successfully drawn off 100 of them
now. And a mammoth.
and a mammoth.
All right, Artemisia, what are you telling people to do?
Ah,
Tibby's voting for hit 'em now, and the two Jims are voting for head back around the forest and hit them when they're around the corner and can't be seen.
Artemisia would probably vote for the more cautious plan of hitting when can't be seen.
All right, Tovac, any objections that you're voicing?
Well, it's probably a safer strategic bet. At least
Yes, you would.
Okay, so
my sword gets a vote too, and it votes for stabbing things.
So your sword's voting for Thibodeau's plan, but your brain is voting for the other plan.
And it's not a very big brain, but he feels like the clerics make a very, like, all the smart people make a very persuasive argument for a little bit of subterfuge.
Okay.
We just got to teach your sword the principle of delayed satisfaction.
Swords are so bad at that. I mean, look at oh my God, what's the Stormbringer? Look at Stormbringer.
Stormbringer.
Yeah.
I like the fact
Stormbringer was misunderstood.
I like the fact that Tovak's votes basically cancel each other out. They're like tugging on each other. Which direction to go?
I
So
love
we're going this
killing,
way.
but you guys make a good point. But man, I love killing.
All right, you guys, make me proud.
All right. Sounds like everybody heads out, and the question is whether Thibodeau follows.
In back of the group.
Yep. All right. So you're in the back of the group. Of course, that puts you closest to the Beastmen.
Just
Not really.
we'll have more places
Talking
to
about
hide.
back of the group when they attack.
All right. So you wend your way along the forest line, and so are the
Got a valley.
mammoth and the Beastmen. Well, I'm assuming you guys are staying in the trees. So
Yeah, we got a thick edge of the woods.
you got a what edge of the woods?
Thick woods. Thick woods.
Yeah, they're
As thick
pretty
as possible.
they're pretty thick woods. There's not a ton of underbrush. I mean, it is old growth forest, but so you're able to move fairly fast and not be seen. It's pretty much ideal for this kind of a thing.
I mean, we just need some cover for a ranged ambush.
Right. And so you guys get around the corner, and they're coming around the corner, and that's the point at which we take the break.
Matt, how long
cliffhangers.
all in did it take them at the pace they were moving to get to us?
25 minutes.
Okay. So if like folks from the fort were to like charge out and charge across the fort and come running frantically to their aid, it would still be
a while.
It'd still
25
be okay. It'd still be a while. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little faster if they were running, maybe 20 minutes, but a definite amount of time.
Okay.
If our melee goes 25 minutes, it's not because we won.
No, if at the 25-minute mark, that's when we're on the rotisserie. That's so yeah.
All right,
we do the eating.
so
That's the plan.
we
The
take
Beast
our
Man will be,
break.
it's the craziest thing. Not only did they die, they had a cookbook on how to serve themselves.
that did not go entirely like I planned.
Does it ever?
No. This is Ian's 1-round plan. I'm going to circle way around.
How many fireballs do we have?
Well, I just spent overnight sticking 2 more in the wand, but I've been burning them like crazy.
Mm.
But first order of business, as they charge us, is everybody range attack. I don't think Lethe has a ranged attack. Aren't clerics allowed slings?
Yeah.
Hey,
And
points are points. I throw my dagger all the time. What am I going to hit? But
I
I'm
don't know if
throwing
he even
something.
has one. He has hold, which is pretty good.
It's true. If there's any lieutenants among them, we could target those with holds. They
Well, if
look
they-
particularly intimidating.
Yeah, we got to watch out for those shamans because they'll start sleeping us again. Although I don't think any of us are.
You're immune to sleep, but you're not immune to hold.
Well, whatever. I mean, we don't want get the caster. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to roll abysmally low to fail sleep saves now, but not saying it's not possible.
Well, depending on how fast a mastodon walks,
Okay.
I'm
You have no
flying
idea.
pretty good.
I had to get with Matt before the game and say, okay, now that I've got Fireball, can I recharge my own wand? And I'm phrasing, I know. And and he's like, yeah, except there's a 5% chance every time you do it that you destroy the wand.
Ooh.
So that was the 2 dice rolls I was making before we left.
So that's not cumulative, is it?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not cumulative, but you've seen how I roll. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
cumulative.
Okay, so let me run this idea past you guys. I've got this magic sword that lets me talk to animals. Do you guys think we can make some sort of compelling plea for those mammoths or mastodons
Yeah.
to just
Absolutely.
find a different avenue in life where they're not controlled by stinky ass undead?
Yeah, you don't have to work. You don't have beastmen telling you what to do. You can just
live your
graze and be
life, yeah.
huge. Fuck yeah.
I mean, if you can shout that, out across the ranged attack phase, go for it. If not, wait till one gets close. Because a dwarf on a mammoth would be the coolest thing ever.
I would love to see that happen. Because it's usually the elves and they're all just like doing all shooting bow stuff, and it only counts as one.
Hey now, go easy.
All right, I'll try that plan. Maybe when they get a little bit closer, after we've done some damage on the beastmen, just to show the mammoths that we mean business.
We missed you last game. We needed you.
Oh, good lord,
Sorry.
yes.
But you guys,
I mean, I know it's blasphemy. Game, just letting you know you were missed.
appreciate that.
It took 2 ogres to plug the hole in the wall. Could have been 1 dwarf.
Yeah. Much more concise. Well, I'm kind of hoping I can fly long enough for you guys to, for me to hear the first fireball, because that's when I'm going to start arcing and coming back around.
Well, I hate to turn this into chainmail, but as long as it's a huge army coming at us, it kind of is chainmail. So our whole job right now is to mow as many of them down as we can at range before they close to melee. And since there's 100 of them, they're going to close to melee. And then it's every man for himself.
Can you get up into a tree? I mean, you're our firepower, so we should be out of immediate danger if possible.
Well, I mean, I'm going to fireball them as they're coming in, but I'm not going to get them all. They're going to close to melee.
Well, yeah, but the rest of us in melee is not a problem. You are a wizard.
Oh, I'm fine. I got tricks. I can take care of myself.
And it's gonna be a sort of a similar situation to the way that it was before, where you guys are in the tree line, and there are a couple of rock outcroppings that they'll probably end up going between on their way over past the forest. So if you want to use the rock outcroppings, I'll go back to the picture of that if it allows me to. Here we go. All right, so and you're seeing this from behind the tree line. So you've got that. If you wanted to use the rock outcroppings in any way, you can do that.
Well, there's a long line of volunteers for the rock outcroppings.
Well, I'm just
Well, I mean, if
I
there
want
was
to
an
give
easy
you
way
what
to
the
tell
tactical
them.
background is.
I mean, is that any better cover than hugging a tree inside the tree line?
No. Unless the durability of the tree line becomes an issue, but it would allow you to attack them from two directions with cover in both directions. Is the only reason I bring it up. If you wanted to do that, and I'm not saying it's smart or dumb, you know. The cow lies down because it's tired.
As a cow does.
Yep, they do. It's getting toward the point where you're going to need to get down to business to defeat the Huns because they're on their way.
Well, I mean, the second they close to 240 feet, I got something for them.
Okay, well, they do close to within 240 feet.
Off goes a charge right for the center of their line.
All right, so let me
Not the mammoth.
really quickly draw you guys a picture of the way that they are organized. So you got mammoth, and then you
just
Of course, we're back to playing. Everybody can turn the video back on.
I just erased these charges. Now I'm marking them right back in.
Can we tell at this distance if they have a caster or not and where they are?
Yeah, I'm actually drawing you guys a picture of where everybody is.
I'll see what happens when I roll a fireball and Skeeter's not jinxing me.
I did nothing.
You were talking during my fireball rolls last game. And you know I'm playing, right?
All right, so
I'm not going to speak anymore.
I made the roll. 22 points of fireball on somebody.
There you go.
all right, so this is the map of what's going on. Each one of those circles represents two beast men, and then that large thing is the single mammoth. Where do you want to hit with that fireball, Jim? Each one of those, there are sort of four clumps.
For a center point, I'm looking for any shaman-y looking beast dudes.
Okay, there are two leaders at the point of those two smaller groups that are in the middle next to the mammoth. Each one of those has got some sort of leader type in front of them.
All right, the leader on the left gets the fireball centered on him.
The leader to the left of the mammoth?
Yep.
All right. Just because I'm never sure whether I'm getting mirror image or what. Okay, so the mammoth, they're both to the right of the mammoth. Both of those two little groups. Is that this is to the right of the mammoth.
Can you point to a leader?
I am pointing to, okay, so there's one leader, and then there's another one. So
Okay, so,
guys,
so the fireball is targeted to the center of that front group, to your right of the mammoth.
okay, so right there.
No. Oh, I assumed north was back. Yeah. Whatever's the closest of those two
Okay.
groups.
All right, yes. So that's going to be the group that you target. And you said you already rolled the damage?
Yeah, 22 points.
Okay. So there's an enormous flowering of flame in there. And so there are 8 down now out of their 100. And the leader type is still standing after that.
That's not cool.
So they look into the forest and they look at the rocks because they still don't know where that came from. But they do begin advancing toward the gap in between the rocks and the trees, along with the mammoth. Now, on the back of the mammoth, they've apparently pulled up 2 boards with arrow slits that were down there and secured them in place. So you can still target the people who are on the back of the mammoth from the front, but from the sides, they're going to have cover.
Well, I can't be the only person with something that's got a 240-foot range. Do we all get a crack before they know they're being attacked?
Well, they know they're being attacked, but they're making their approach. So what are your ranged weapons ranges?
Hold person's 180 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to try and do when they got close enough.
Okay.
So I think we'll probably, I don't know how fast they're advancing, but probably, I should hope to get off both of them.
Okay. They move to within 180 feet of you.
Okay.
Another fireball.
Yeah.
Okay. So fireball, are you targeting? Where are you targeting? That other small group with the leader type, Jim, or are you going to go for one of the larger groups that don't have leaders?
Go for the larger group. I'll target the leader with a hold person.
Biggest group possible.
All right, then I'll take the large group.
Okay.
Okay. Matt,
Uh-huh.
how long have I been flying?
You have been flying now for let's see, it took 25 minutes for them to get over here. You've been flying only for about a half an hour.
Okay. I'm flying back.
22
Okay.
again, Matt.
Okay. Let's see. All right. 9, half of 22 is 11. And that means you are going to take out...
Has Skeeter got our only bow in the whole party?
I got short.
Yes.
I've got a bow. But they gotta get
So
closer.
no.
They're just too far away at the moment.
All right, so that takes out 6 times 2 is 12 of them, Jim.
Okay.
So now you are looking at this as the tactical situation with the crossed out guys. All right.
Round check.
Yeah, right.
And Matt, at that point, I'll hit the unwounded caster with a hold person.
All right.
And I'm going to single target it, so his save is at -2.
So
Okay.
they're down 12 total, or it's 8 plus 12?
8 plus 12. They're down to 80. All right. Jim, you've just held... Oh, crap. The unwounded one. All right. All right. So you've got the unwounded one is held. Artemisia, where are you targeting?
I will target the wounded shaman leader
Okay.
type.
Are you and just him?
Just him.
Okay, he also is held. So you've held both of their casters, unless there's one on the back of the mammoth. And
Does the guy on the mammoth look like a caster?
actually, no, not really. I mean, he's dressed differently from the rest of them, but he's great, big, and hulking, and has a feather headdress, and doesn't really look like a shaman. So no.
When can we
But-
shoot them with short bows?
You're all going to come into... Oh, they've got javelins, so they don't have the range. So then they come into short bow range, and everybody with short bows on your side can begin shooting.
Yay.
And if you've got more spells that want to go off, more spells. So Thibodeau, short bow.
All right, I'm going to shoot 2 at the guy on the mammoth.
Okay.
Oh, the one with the headdress. Ooh, 20.
Yeah.
Crap. That's awesome.
Okay. That's one hit.
And a 15, 16, which is armor class 1.
Okay, you hit him twice.
Ooh, not bad. 6. Ooh, crap. 6 and 6. That's 12. Ha!
Nice.
Okay, so
All
he
right, I
is.
can leave. I did my part.
All right, so he is still up, but he's got 2 arrows sticking out of him.
In one side, out the other.
Not quite that bad, unfortunately.
Can you show me the
Well-
map, Matt?
Tovak's going to try to finish him off with an arrow, too.
Okay, so there's the map.
The other group.
Okay, that group that hasn't been targeted yet, I'm gonna throw a sleep at that group.
Okay.
See how many I can catch.
First, Ala said she's shooting.
Yep, I'm going to... Yeah, the same one Thibodeau's been shooting. Tovak's going to just follow his lead and put an arrow for 6 points of damage.
Okay, he drops dead.
Well, we're knocking the shit out of him.
He was sitting on Tovak's new mammoth.
I think it was Skeeter wanted an elephant. He's got, an Uber elephant.
Now this is called Tovak's. That's our food truck.
All right, and then we get a sleep spell going off in the middle over here, and that it's okay. One guy goes down.
That's what I get for memorizing sleep.
Why have sleep when you can just fireball?
Because I only have so many. That's why.
All right, their front rank is now seeing where you guys are. Unless Thibodeau, are you hiding in shadows?
Hiding in shadows.
All right, let me
In the
roll.
woods.
See how you do there. All right. So the arrows come in, and that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 40 arrows.
God damn it.
Now, all of you guys, all of their attacks are at -2 because you've got the tree cover. So they've got a -2, and there are 5 of you there. But Thibodeau is only going to take 5 shots from arrows, we'll say. So there's a 1, and that's going to stop the second shot. So that's 2. And then another 1. So that knocks out the second shot. And then last shot coming in is an 18. So you take 6 points of damage, though, from that arrow.
Jeez.
All right, the remaining 35 shots are going to be divided by 4 because I didn't plan this terribly well. 2. All right, so that's 8 shots each against you guys. So starting with Tovak, what is your armor class, Tovak? Ala.
You're
I
muted.
was muted.
Everybody's
It's a
muted.
1.
A 1. Okay, so let's see what they need for that. Okay, so they need a 16 to hit you. So that's 1 hit.
And are they at -2? Does that include
Nope,
the
it
-2?
does not. Thank you very much. Okay, so that was a miss. So they need an 18. So 3,
I'm next.
4,
I had vested interest.
5, 6, 7.
Did you just say you had vestment interest in this?
Ha, ha, ha.
Oh.
All right, so Tovak, 8 arrows thunk into the tree behind you, just above your head.
Oh.
That's nervous.
Okay.
If I were taller, I'd be worried.
This is bad. I should have burned another charge.
Artemis, yeah, 1, 2. What's your armor class?
Armor class 4. Chain and shield.
All right. So they need a 13 to hit you, but that becomes a 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm rolling badly. 7.
Everyone in the party knows what style I have tied to a leather thong and wearing like a necklace. right?
Healing potion, I assume.
Yes.
All right,
little,
so
like one of those sippy ones. Just like
Oh man, yeah. I mean, we were freaked out in that last battle.
all right, so arrows thunk all around Artemisia, and you are hit by 1 arrow for 3 hit points of damage.
Alrighty.
Jim, what's your armor class?
7 now, thanks to that
Oh,
ring.
sorry, wrong Jim. Jim Hazeltine.
Sorry.
2.
AC 2. Okay, so they need a 15. That becomes a 17. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. You are also hit once as arrows come in all around you. You also take 3 hit points of damage. All right, now Jim Wampler, what's your armor class?
7.
This is where it's going to get ugly. They need a 13 to hit you with the minus.
Shit.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. I'm rolling so many ones. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Arrows thunk all around into the trees, Jim, but you are not hit even a single time.
Yeah.
Praise the Dawn Goddess.
Yep.
fate smiles on you.
Narrowly avoided catastrophe.
Oh no!
It was a moving experience.
I might have to ruminate about that one a while.
You guys really
Wow.
caught
I
on-
behoove you to stop this.
Man, that's a bunch of rub.
well, stopping or not puts you on the horns of a dilemma.
So summon the cow so we can unleash its graze weapon.
All right, so that's all. That's
Cheeseburger.
They're all moving forward, so more of them are going to be able to shoot next turn.
Yeah.
A fireball. All right, now where are you targeting that one, Jim?
Closest guy.
I only saw the glance at the map. Hang on.
All right, let me.
Did we get to move? Movement phase?
Yeah, you can move.
Moving back on Rocky, hide behind all our supplies.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Oh, Jim. Repeat again, Jim. Your mic cut out or something.
Sorry. The same Phalanx I just only got 1 sleep out of. Dead center in that group.
Okay. Let's roll our saving throw.
Oh, come on, dice.
Woo! We rolled
me
the
another
saving
one.
throw.
God, my brain is so tired. 23.
23. Okay, so half of 23 is going to be 11. And as a group, they have fewer than 11. So that's the sleep guy goes down. So he's down. He's down.
And so far, Tovak's new mammoth isn't taking any of this, right? Not even singed.
That's correct.
Okay.
5. So that's another 10 down, bringing them, I think, to 70. Let's see. 6 times 2 is 12. 4 is 8, 12 and 8 is down 20. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. So no, they've got 60, not 68 guys, but 67 because you got one of the guys on the mammoth. All right, so there are only
30 guy on the mammoth.
there are only 67 of them left after your onslaught. All right, we've got the spells. Did anybody else choose to move at the time that Thibodeau backed up from the tree line?
I'm gonna cast my second hold person.
Okay,
I'm
but
just trying to
but first, any movement?
If I still have cover from the trees now.
You do still have cover from the trees. Okay, so now all right. Now we finish off with the spells. So, who's my 15? I always forget who's the 15. Okay, Lethy, what do you do?
Hold person. This time, trying to get as many of them as I can instead of a single target.
Okay, you can catch as many as 4 of them in that front rank
Correct.
who are doing that. Okay. All right, so saving throw for 4 cocked die. They make their saving throw.
Okay.
Artemisia.
I will attempt the same thing. Hold
Okay.
person, as many as I can grab.
All right, those 4 go down. So they are now sleeping.
And I am out of hold person.
Okay.
Me too.
And
Tovak's sword's getting hungry too.
that's all of our casters. Now that they're getting closer, you can see that the front rank and the back rank are smaller beastmen than the ones that are in the center. Okay. So two different
lighten them.
2 different sets of hit dice there. That was the spells. Was anybody shooting? Okay.
Since I backed way back on Rocky, and I want to shoot.
Okay.
Shoot at the. There was another guy on a mammoth, right?
Yes.
All right, let's shoot a mammoth guy.
Okay.
Damn. All right, another 20. That's pretty good.
All right.
Nice.
And a 15 armor class 2.
That's a hit.
All right. That's 5
Take him
points
down.
of damage.
Yeah, it doesn't take him down.
And 11 points of damage total. 5 and a 6.
11 total?
Total, yeah.
That takes him down. Okay.
Ooh.
Took him down to Tibby Town.
The mammoth begins sort of scooting sideways, and it looks like it may be planning on going back to their fort
It's a screw this place.
because there's no one on its back right now. All right, there's going to be one more exchange of arrows, and then they're going to be up to the forest. Everybody ready?
Hiding behind the supplies.
All right.
I want to switch to my sword and start moving in the direction of, or I guess I'll go full defense now. But I want to activate the magical properties of my sword to attempt to converse with the mammoth
All right.
and let him know that, hey, do you like being talked to by these smelly beastmen and the undead guy?
It sort of flaps its trunk around.
Keep going.
I can understand him if he
Yeah,
says
but
anything back.
He's talking softly.
Oh, okay, hold on a moment. I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna talk to you because I feel like you've got a lot of feelings.
All right, so now you're shouting, right?
And mammoth.
I'm basically shouting in mammoth.
All right, so yeah, Tovak's over there going. "Woo!" This is like when Dory the fish was talking whale.
Talking whale. Totally.
100%.
I really think that may have been one of Ellen DeGeneres' finest moments. All right, so you say, and it says, "Yes, I have feelings."
Are they treating you okay over there? Because I feel like you're bent for much better things.
Really?
Yeah, I see how you carry yourself. You're a prime mammoth. You don't take orders from nobody.
Well, that's true. I don't take orders from anybody.
Except
Especially now that those guys are gone. You should just go do whatever you want, or you can come hang out with me. I know a couple things.
Okay, I'll come hang out with you. So it straightens
Cool.
back up and heads toward you guys. Now, that's where they were going anyway, so none of the beastmen really notice it veer to the side and then come back in. They do, however, know pretty much exactly where you guys are because you're yelling mammoth from the from
Hey,
the
does it
forest.
run over the front rank?
No, it's still going at the same speed.
Oh.
Because it's heading toward you, but it wants to talk with Tovak. It hasn't decided to attack anybody on its side. So Thibodeau, a 15 comes across. What's your armor class?
It's a 6. I'm hiding in the supplies.
Okay, so they need a 14 to hit you. What did you say? Roll a reroll. All right, so they need a 14. That's a 1, so 2.
Don't forget Rocky down there too.
3, 4, 5, another 1, and that's all. Okay, so you didn't even get shot at by 2 arrows. And then once again, it's 8 for everybody else. So starting with Tovak and your armor class 1.
I'm good. I went full defense while I was yelling, so
Okay.
it's 0 for arrow purposes.
Alrighty. And so that means
that's
they
a-
need
I think that's a roll.
they're only hitting you on a 20, which is good because I just rolled a 19. 2, 3, 4, 5, another 1, 6, 7, and 8. Tovak is not hit, although there are several near misses. Okay, Artemisia, your armor class again is 4.
Yes.
Okay. So they need a 16 to hit you. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nope. You're entirely missed. Lethy's armor class is
1.
so
1.
a 19 to hit you. 1, 2,
I beg your pardon. 2, Matt. 2.
4.
Not
That
1.
means you got hit once, twice. 6, 7, 8. Okay, you're actually hit twice then. For 3 with the first arrow and 6 with the second arrow. So you've taken 9 hit points of damage in that round.
Okay, that's
and once
uncomfortable.
again, 8 shots on Jim, who is armor class 7. They need a
Stand me back up after this.
They need a 13 to hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're only hit twice. For 3 and 2. So you take 5 hit points of damage.
Okay.
That's like the most miraculous survival of a wizard.
The
Okay.
gods are clearly on our side.
Dude, I'm gonna go join the Dawn Goddess Church.
Yeah. Now you guys can dedicate you clerics can dedicate this battle to one or the other of your deities too. So
Totally Metalis.
okay.
Not even a question, right?
Artemisia, you going to dedicate the battle to one of your
I shall
gods?
dedicate the battle to Mitra, and I will shout out, "Behold the power of cheese!"
Oh, I'm already. Don't say that. Oh,
I'm not sure that's the way the catechism actually goes, but
She's learning.
Unleash the cheese sandwich.
The cheese sandwich of the apocalypse!
okay, so that's their attacks, and then let's get missiles and spells from you guys as well before the battle closes.
Oh, I got a spell.
Go for it.
I'm going to cast a phantasmal force of the high elven cavalry led by a wizard in white robes with a glowing staff coming over the hill, attacking the beastmen from their flank. Real Lord of the Rings stuff.
Okay.
Massive army.
All right. So the elven army approaches now. That line of skirmishers who've been shooting, the lower hit dice ones, they panic. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 of them basically turn around and run. The higher hit dice ones scooch to the side, but they have this sense that something's going on, but they do not advance. So they're stopped in their tracks. The last rank hold their ground. Those are the archers, the second rank of archers. They begin shooting at the elven army instead of into the trees. So you've got one group that's shooting at the elven army. Now the mammoth
Keeps moving up.
Mammoth doesn't care. Mammoth does what it wants.
that's my big buddy.
Walk through 'em.
So now, and he's not being violent. So even though he's got people running backward past him now, He just heads over, and he ends up in front of the trees, where he sticks out his trunk and starts sort of poking Tovak. And he says, "What? What?
Honey mammoth don't care.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to research a ring of flying for you just to mount your mount.
Hey, I've got some oats here if you want to let me ride you. I've never been on anything quite as big as you before.
Wow,
Okay,
phrasing has got to be redone. Come on, Jesus Christ! Am I the only one? Please.
No, I
I
phrased
think
it
you
that way
were-
specifically for you.
I think
Okay,
you
thank
were
you.
the only one, Skeeter. So.
All right.
All right, so
Jeez.
Tovak jumps up and jumps up and jumps up and jumps up and jumps up, and that's the end of Tovak's round.
Well, it's a mammoth. It's like it came with its own beard ladder.
Can you
Get a
help me
pick.
up?
Yeah, all right,
I got some oats for you.
All right, so you grab a hold of some shaggy fur and you're sort of swinging back and forth, and then the trunk comes down, lifts you up, and puts you now into the howdah, so you're protected from the sides.
Nice.
But unfortunately, all of them are straight on to you.
Oh, that's fine. I give him a little bit of oats for or her. I can't tell honestly
I don't
from
know.
up here.
It's a her. Okay. So
I give her some oats.
okay, so she eats some oats.
Daisy.
That basically froze their entire group in place because they're either shooting at the elves or they're moving sideways rather than forward. So you guys can move and then get another spells and missiles round. And that's basically going to be for free.
Me and Rocky flank into the woods.
All right, now by flank into the woods. All right, so you're able to move behind that group of archers, the line of archers that's in the rear. Okay, this one here, you can get around behind that group. So that's where you are now.
All right.
All right. Now the one complication is that this group is headed that way because they're running.
Okay. Well, if they're going back that way, flank them to the left side, like where the elven army is.
Okay, the elven army, that would put you all the way around here, but you could just go this way if you wanted.
What do you mean? Yeah, I'm trying to get back to where the sleepers were. Take them out.
Yeah.
But if
Hey,
the
okay,
army's going to run back to them.
What I need to do, let me draw where the woods are for a point of reference because I think I'm mirror imaged on my screen. What the fuck? All right. It's all
Where we
different all of a sudden. All right. So instead of
I see.
circling around to these guys, you could go around here if that's what you wanted. But if you wanted to get the sleep guys are up here at the front.
Oh.
And that's basically an empty area. Nobody's headed toward there because this group here is sort of sidling toward the trees.
Yeah, I want to go to the sleep group and get them.
Okay.
Sneaking in the grass.
All right, and this star is basically where you guys are. So Thibodeau goes through the trees over to the sleeping guys, and you can kill both of those sleeping guys if you want.
Oh, low crawl there. And if anybody gets too close, I'm playing dead too.
Okay. All right, so you take out the two sleep guys.
I got the possum thing down pat.
Yeah, you practiced that.
Yeah.
Okay, now, so there's what our map looks like, except for Dory the Mammoth is up here with you guys. Who's next in the thing? That was Thibodeau. So then it is Lethe. What do you do, Lethe?
I heal myself.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and roll that.
All right. Artemisia, what are you doing?
If I can get to Elijah, I will cast a Cure Light on him.
Okay, you can get to Elijah.
Oh, dude.
And 5 points for you.
Whoa, thank you.
And then Tovak.
That's like a quarter of my hit points, so thank you.
Is
The caster.
hey Dory, have these guys been treating you okay?
Not so great.
You want to get some good old fashioned revenge? I'm here to help you. get some.
What do you want me to do? Pick them up and put them in the trees?
I mean, you want to
Stomp.
smash them?
I could.
You're so much bigger than them.
Yeah, I could smash them.
Oh, I think that'd be really cool. You know, I think that'd just be cool.
Okay, let's go smash. Let's go smash them.
Yeah.
Are you coming? You're coming with me, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna ride up here, and I'm gonna tell you where they are if you can't see them too well, because there's some right over there on the other side of you.
Okay. And Jim, what are you? Jim Wampler, what are you doing?
That line of archers that's still active
Yeah,
on
at
the
the
map.
back. Uh-huh.
I am going to land a lightning bolt at the front one and try and get them straight down the line.
Now here's the problem with that. You're still up here on the star. You can move down though, and then cast, and then you would be able to get them in a line. See what I'm saying? You're up here, so there's not. you don't have an enfilade capability, but if you move down to here, then you could cast your lightning bolt that way and get them.
That's why I memorized invisibility. I'll do that.
Okay. I roll my saving throw. It's not.
I should have asked. Do you guys want to get on the mammoth with me?
No, it's too late. Dory's already on the move. All right, Jim, you kill all of the guys in that thing unless you roll incredibly badly.
I got 18.
That's going to kill them all. Okay. So you wipe out 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 of the beast men.
Woo!
You just beat your old record.
I'm just trying to avoid getting hit by any more arrows.
Okay, and then
The best defense really is a good offense.
and that's the point when Dory the Mammoth trumpets and with Tovak on her back charges against the remaining beastmen, who immediately turn and run like hell, leaving behind the 2 shaman and a couple of others that are held. And let me take a look real quick at what the speed is on a mammoth, if a mammoth is one of the monsters in the book. That's not one of the ones in the book.
It's not.
Elephant.
Yeah.
Have I got an elephant? Or am I just going to have to decide? I'm going to say that they can run faster than a mammoth can charge. So they are headed back. And let me find out. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22.
I've got the monster manual. So you want an Asiatic elephant or an African elephant?
28.
I feel like there's a new monster stat block coming in the Swords of Jordoba.
Oh,
Primer.
dude, yeah.
38.
African or European swallow?
Okay, so there are actually only 40 of them. They're not 47. Asiatic or African? African.
That was 15 inches by old monster manual stats.
Ooh, that's bad for them. All right, so as they move off into the distance, going around the edge of the woods, Dory catches up with 6 of them.
So is this an actual mammoth?
It's an actual mammoth, yes.
It's in monstrosities.
I figured it would be, but I don't have monstrosities in front of me.
That's why I have digital.
Well, aren't you special and technological?
No.
All right, so 40 of them hit the ford, and that's when you're starting to come within bow shot of that fort, Tovak.
Shoot him again.
We should probably get out of here. Oh, they might not take too kindly to you coming back like this.
Oh, so I can't go back home?
Do you want to live there?
Well, you just said that they weren't going to be happy.
Do you like living there? Because I think there's another home that's not far away, and they'll let you eat as much grass as you want all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't see why not.
how do we get there?
Oh, we just go back the other way.
Okay, so Dory begins walking back down the river with Tovak on her back.
We're just
and then-
talking about her feelings and whatnot.
Yeah, she has feelings. She says, "Yeah."
She got
All
nice
right.
eyes. Tell her she got nice eyes.
You got a nice coat. Do you condition? What's
You
your
just took a
secret?
mammoth and created emergent role play out of the situation. That's pretty
What's
good.
your sign, man? What's your sign?
Oh, I'm just curious because I always wanted my beard to be this smooth and luxurious.
Grooming tips from a mammoth. Only a dwarf.
And only Tovak out of the
Right. Right.
Look, when you have 6 int and 6 wisdom, you go with what you got.
Yeah, you sort of. I'm thinking a kind of a rat's nest, bird's nest kind of beard on Tovak. Unlike the
Basically,
one-
yeah.
All right, so Dory's headed back along the river, and the rest of you guys are left in possession of the battlefield with 66 dead beastmen. I take it that Thibodeau runs out immediately to go and start looting bodies.
Of course.
Thibodeau's
And-
not the only one.
Yeah, yeah.
He pops up like a squirrel, make sure nobody's around.
Shamans get looted first.
All right, so well, actually, let me do the regular guys first. So that's going to be roughly 1,000 gold from that. That's right. 1,000 gold and 1,000 experience points just from the basic troopers that were out there. Then the 2 shaman, one of them has a really interesting looking wavy dagger,
Cool.
and the other one has a staff that's carved with all kinds of interesting runes.
Cool.
All right, so you've got dagger and
Wavy
staff.
dagger.
Wavy dagger.
Am I getting close to being back yet?
Yeah, you're back in.
No.
Well, where is it? You were headed back for Tiberab, right?
No, I'm headed back to these guys to
Okay,
help
so-
cover them.
He
So
was
it's going to
following
take.
the sound.
It takes about another 10 minutes. So you've been in the air now for about 45 minutes,
Okay.
Incoming.
and you can land with the rest of them.
All right.
Meanwhile, Tovak, next to that great big guy that was on the mammoth, he's carrying a bag of 5 100 gold piece gems.
Nice.
All right,
That's not candy.
and
Okay,
Rakestrik, you land. You can see off in the distance. I mean, the vultures are now circling around you guys, and you can
Yeah.
see off in the distance that their whole army is beginning to group up.
We should go.
Beat feet.
Okay.
I go get on my camel.
All ahead, warp cow.
Yeah, let's go.
Engage.
All right. The cow. Now that Tovak has got a different ride,
Stampede.
traded up to some better wheels. The cow just follows you guys, and so you head back, skirting the edge of the forest since you're already halfway around, and you arrive in Tiberab roughly at the same time that Tovak arrives on Dory's back.
Thibodeauville.
No,
Hey
it's
guys,
Tiberab.
check out my new friend. She's really cool.
Wow. Cool.
So I have a feeling the other 3/4 of the army is going to descend on us very soon, and in a bad mood.
Did we take out 67 of them total, Matt?
66.
Okay, so we have successfully
60
depreciated
no,
their
I'm sorry.
forces.
I'm sorry. 67 of them, 68, 69 you killed actually because of the guys that were on the mammoth that I
And-
did.
Took a mammoth.
So we got about 17% of their forces down.
And 50% of their mammoths.
Yes.
Right.
And I promised Dory that we'd make sure her friend is all right too and can live here and eat all the grass and oats she wants. Hope that's okay, Tibbs.
Does this town even have oats?
Yeah, they've got a few because remember they were still getting food in from the fields, and they've got very productive fields there. So
this place is going from a 1-cow town to a 2-mammoth town.
Well, we haven't gotten the other mammoth yet.
Yet.
3 camel, 1 mammoth town.
It started with one camel.
and a donkey.
And cows.
And
If we ever decide to retire from adventuring, we
And purgatory.
And purgatory, 1 giant badger.
Yeah.
We need some partridge in a pear tree.
All right, so they're down to an estimate of 329.
It seems like we did better than that. Yeah, they're down to 329. All right.
Well, 67 of them died and 0 of us. So
Oh, thank you.
we won.
I made that mistake again. 69. So that's actually 3
21
more. So they're down to 326.
Oh, that makes all the difference. I feel better.
Hey, a couple of those were spellcasters, so that does make a big difference.
Yep. All right.
right,
Well,
well-
actually, it's about 8 o'clock. So if we call it there, then we can go back to the deadly war game. Now, our next session would be like the day after I get back from Gamehole Con. So let's skip that one, and then we'll figure out.
So not November 6th then.
No, it's going to be a while.
So probably the 20th.
Is that election day anyway? Oh, no, wait. Election day
Yeah,
is
that-
before Gamehole Con.
Well, we'd skip the 6th anyway. Our regularly scheduled session would be the 13th. That's in
Yeah,
2
it's going
weeks.
to be the 20th.
The 20th.
All right.
Yep.
So next game on the 20th.
Jeez, we'll forget everything by then.
I might have to paint a lot of minis, maybe.
We have a big battle to.
Yeah,
so
because I can kind of see how this goes. They hit us, we hit them. Now they're going to all come.
That was the plan.
Well, we got the
boy.
Cyclops. 1 down.
But I did not expect you to steal a mammoth, though. I must say that was unexpected.
We can make some armor for him.
Her.
He's got
Thank you.
for her.
Her.
that's the story.
Dory has
We'll paint it.
feelings.
We'll paint it.
So you do have your 2 boards protecting you on Dory. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see. This group will be back on the 20th. So goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Come watch us wear our DM out again on the 20th.